Oh, we're in an exclusive pod today, Mel Tracina.
Oh my gosh, stop. It's so bougie in here.
Wow, and it smells like an English pub for some reason. Maybe that's because we're talking to an English Premier League star. Maybe that's why.
Oh, that's what it is.
Want a lager?
Gotcha.
Want a pint of lager? Huh?
Okay.
You right. Having a laugh.
At what point does doing accents get you cancelled?
We're about to find out. I'll see if I'm here tomorrow. We had the best chat. You'll know him from Welcome to Wrexham FC, Ben Foster. What a guy, Mel.
He's so lovely, and I really loved his take on his career in soccer. I think that's probably one of my takeaways from this conversation. Just that whole imposter syndrome, knowing that someone so successful in an athletic sense can feel that way is, really interesting.
He talks to us about a moment where he was selected for the English squad and the coach pretty much denied him leave from the team to be at the birth of one of his children and how that impacted him. It's a phenomenal listen. You only heard some of it on the radio show this morning. This is the full chat that we had with Ben Foster. So sit back, enjoy, and up the Red Dragons.
Our next guest is ex-Manchester United goalkeeper, podcast host and star of the Welcome to Wrexham show.
Nice super save by Foster to keep out Locadia.
Oh, that's heroic from Ben Foster. Brilliant goalkeeping.
Please welcome Ben Foster.
Well, what a treat it is in the studio with us from Wrexham FC. Welcome to Wrexham. It is the one and only Ben Foster. Good morning, Ben.
Morning. Thank you for having me.
Oh, well, what we'll do is just get started with a little bit of a snapshot of Wrexham FC. Mm-hmm. So there's going to be people listening who know it very well from the doco, or there's people listening knowing that it's been bought by Ryan Reynolds.
Yep.
Can you let us know what Wrexham was like before, Ryan, and then after Ryan?
Sure. Okay, so I was originally at the club, I think it was about 18 years ago now, 2005. No, it's 20 odd years ago, wow. And it was a very different club. In terms of infrastructure, in terms of global reach, completely different. It still had the community feel, it still had that family-orientated football club about it, but it wasn't as shiny and as glossy as what it is right now. Fast forward to today and we're in the Championship, back-to-back promotions, never been done before, and it is a TV show, it is a documentary, it is a success story like no one's ever seen before. It's phenomenal.
I was at the game on Friday night in Melbourne.
Yep.
Wrexham v Melbourne victory, and it was interesting speaking with just different people that were there, some saying that they weren't really into soccer, we call it soccer, football, they weren't really into football, but then they watched the TV show and then they started to love Wrexham and now they're like die-hard fans, and I thought that was really interesting, just that choice of why they've, like, it's kind of that idea of you love the game or you love a show and then you jump on board. Do you feel like there's any difference between the fans that come from the game and come from the show?
It's fascinating because, again, this is something that's never been done before. There's been behind-the-scenes documentaries of football club, the Sunderland one back in the day, the Man City ones, Arsenal ones, but nothing that's made... So it's called a documentary. So the Wrexham Welcome to Wrexham documentary, it's a TV show, really, because you've got characters in there, yeah? You've got people's favourite characters. Wayne, who runs the turf, okay? He did a pop-up in Melbourne. They did a pop-up turf at the stadium, at the Marvel Stadium in Melbourne. And there were people in the queue genuinely nervous to meet Wayne, starstruck by Wayne.
And that blows your mind.
That blows my mind. I think that blows Wayne's mind as well, because people just want photos with him because he's their favourite character from the TV show. And so I think it brings in a whole completely different audience as to what you would have normally with the football fans. We get a completely broad range of ages that come to watch us, ethnicities. You get the housewives that love to come and watch as well. It's phenomenal.
I wonder why
I know,
the housewives
exactly.
love it.
But that's what it does, and I think it's never been done like this before, and this is the genius of Wrexham. And I think it's quite a lot to keep up with, because the infrastructure that has to go in to a football club when they're being successful on the pitch it's not something you can just do overnight. And Wrexham as a football team on the pitch are sprinting. They are sprinting away. Like I say, back to back to back has never been done before. But everything behind the scenes is just, it takes time to catch up with it. So we're still almost probably a couple years away from where we should be because nobody's ever done it this fast before.
Yeah, wow. Is there a different level of fame associated with it now? Like, you know, the big EPL fans obviously know who you all are, but is there somewhere in the world now you think, I can't go anywhere or without being recognised or being noticed? Or is there somewhere where you have been recognised and you're like, oh my gosh, this is wild?
Okay, so we're in Sydney now. We were in Melbourne the other day, but we landed into Sydney a couple of days ago. We went to this lovely Japanese restaurant, and then afterwards we were just walking home. We were planning on having an early night, but we heard a live band going. We were in the Rocks, I think it's called. The area is called the Rocks place. Anyway, there was a live band playing. And back home, we'd call it kind of like a Yates's bar or something, just where everybody goes, a dive bar, basically. So we've gone in. The live band were absolutely belting, but we walked in there thinking we'll just be able to be a bit inconspicuous. We'll crack on and get our sort of sweat on, really. But the amount of people that were recognising us was ridiculous. Honestly, everyone was super respectful, come up, had some pictures. They were like, blow their mind that we were there, though. And this is, I've been retired for 2 years, you know what I mean? But still, they know who I am. They're coming over. We're the other side of the world as well. Like, you guys were about as far away from England or Wales as you could possibly get, and still the recognition is phenomenal. Last pre-season, couple pre-seasons ago, we went to America, we went to North Carolina, we played Chelsea in our first pre-season game, and it's a 70,000 seater stadium, and half of the crowd are Wrexham fans. A sea of red, literally a sea of red and a sea of blue.
Wow.
We're playing against Premier League team here. We're not just a Premier League team, Premier League champions. We're talking about Champions League winners, Chelsea. We're expecting it just to be Chelsea fans, and it wasn't. It was bonkers, honestly. It's mad.
I also go for Chelsea, just saying.
Yeah, they absolutely battered us on the day as well.
Oh, did they?
They were
Okay.
brilliant. Honestly, they just had the new manager and they had this new style of playing, and we were just overawed by them. They were phenomenal.
Now, you've been travelling around with Wrexham. I know you guys played in America and now you're in Australia and New Zealand. What are the differences? Like, obviously pitch is such a big thing, because I remember going to the I went to the Chelsea stadium, and just the care they put into the grass and how much money they spend on grass was wild. And I know that's been one of the issues in Welcome to Wrexham when you were trying to move to the new league, is like having to spend millions of dollars on grass. How does it compare playing in Melbourne or in Australia and America versus in Europe?
It's the kind of thing you can use as an excuse if you lose. If you go and lose, you can blame the grass. Okay,
Okay, great, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you do. You blame the grass. But fortunately for Wrexham, we did really well the other night. A 3-0 win against Melbourne. It was fairly convincing as well. Genuinely, it's just something that you know you're going to be coming up against, because you're so used to playing on fantastic pitches, especially when you're talking Premier League, even Championship now in England. The facilities, the pitches, they are world class. They really, really are. And it's a different climate over there. We're very good at growing grass over there. We get a lot of rain, so it's very easy to do. But when you come abroad, you know it's not going to quite be up to standard. So it's fine though, but that's just another test to try and overcome. We're playing against an opposition that know how to play with that grass. Apparently it's a little bit slower. It's not quite as slick as the pitches at home, because you probably don't catch this on the TV, but when we're playing back in England or in Wales, the pitch is always wet, soaking wet. So even like 5 minutes to go till kick-off, the sprinklers are on, spraying the pitch. Half-time, straight away, sprinklers are on, spraying the pitch. Always wet, so the ball can be slick and can move about quickly. Apparently the other night in Melbourne, it was a little bit slower, but again, it's just one of those things you've got to adapt to and overcome.
Our guest this morning is Ben Foster. Welcome to Wrexham is the doco you know him from, and also the podcast, the Fozcast. We need to do some housekeeping. Are you right to stick around for a little bit longer and we'll come back and have a bit more of a chat?
Perfect.
Beautiful. It's Mel and Maddie here with you on Nova. Ben, there was a lot of people very excited when we spoke about you being on the show. And the phones lit up. We got some questions for some kids. Do you want to do your special guest first, Mel, before we get to the kids who called in? Okay.
Yeah, because I told my husband that I was chatting with you, and I have never seen him get so excited about any person that I've ever spoken to in my life. And straight away he's like, oh, Ben Foster, oh my gosh, I love him so much. I love his podcast, The Cycling GK. I've got a question for him. Can I ask him a question? And I was like, okay, calm down. So I got him to record a question, and he's not good on the mic, so he took out all the preamble of how much he loves you. So I'm telling you on behalf of him. But this is his question for you.
Morning, Ben. Just wanted to ask, with all your knowledge and experience, would you have approached goalkeeping or your career differently?
Oh, it's good. Very, very good. That's a very good question, actually. So I was lucky enough to carry on playing until I was 40. I think I was 40 when I retired. And I really enjoyed the second part of my career more. So probably from about 30 years old till about 40 was when I felt the best able to equipped with what I was coming up against and what I was playing. And I think a lot of it is down to just sort of self-doubt. So when I was younger, sort of 18 to probably late 20s, I was just full of self-doubt all the time. Being a goalkeeper is a really peculiar position. You're kind of an individual in a team, and you've got to get out of your own head. Honestly, you've got so much self-talk going on in your head. So if you get off to a bad start in a game and let a goal in, or a little mistake, it could be a misplaced pass or something like that, you can really self-talk yourself out of the game before it has even gotten started. Whereas when I got a little bit older, I had kids when I was 26 years old, and I think that was a big turning point for me, having kids. You learn that there's just more important stuff in life than actual soccer. That there's more important. It's as simple as that. So I'm not trying to mistake, and I managed to wrap my head around that fact. I'm not trying to make a mistake. I'm trying to do my best. I'm trying to help my teammates out. And then I went into every game with a smile on my face, and you know what? I was just giving it everything I got, and I felt that let the brakes off, basically. Let the brakes off and play with a smile on your face.
Yeah, great. Because my husband is a goalie when he does play. I mean, not professionally, but, you know, in his head, it's a big deal. And he's also assistant coaching as well. So, yeah, I think that's why he loves you so much, because just that, like, goalie respect.
Well, you picked a good one, because I like to think, anyway, the goalies are the good ones. The goalies are the normal. Like, we get called...
Aren't you wrong-uns?
No chance. This is, again, a common misconception. We're known as the wrong-uns, right? And we're really not. We're like the normal ones. We're the down-to-earth ones. We're the ones that are good at talking. That you look at those outfield players, it's just full of ego. Seriously, the further up the pitch you go, the strikers, my gosh, ego. Goalies, we're good. We are, honestly.
You're communicating. You can see the whole pitch, so you have more of an angle on the game.
And like I say, you've got to take accountability as well. Goalies are really good at taking accountability, because you have to. If you make a mistake, you've got to hold your hands up and say, lads, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make a mistake, but I'm sorry.
Is that why you train separately from them as well, so you don't have to be around the egos at training as well?
Exactly that. Yeah.
I've got a couple of kids called in as well. This first one for you, Ben.
Hi, Ben. My name is Iggy. I'm 8 years old and I play for the Wallaby Gardens. I'm a goalkeeper and I want to be one when I grow up too. Have you got any tips?
Oh, I love that. Iggy, what a boy. Yeah, you're at that age, mate, where it's all just about having fun. Genuinely, it's about having fun. I remember I was your age, and I remember I was playing, and sometimes we'd get beat 5 or 6-0, and it seems like it's the end of the world, but it's really not, mate. It's all about having a good time. It's all about playing with a smile on your face. Don't just stick to playing in goal as well, because when I was a kid, I played all sorts of positions. I would play outfield, defender, up front, midfield. I'd play all different sports, tennis, swimming, golf, absolutely everything. It's all good for the hand-eye coordination as well. So, yeah, just enjoy it, mate. Play with a smile on your face. And like I said earlier, it's about you're trying your hardest to stop that ball to go in the back of the net. And sometimes you're not going to be able to do anything about it.
Love that. Well, that answer to Ziggy's question might lead quite nicely into Coco's for you.
Hi, I'm Coco. I play soccer at school, and my question is, how many goals have you scored in your career?
Okay, so I'm on a small list, a very small list of goalies. I've never scored. Let's get that out of the way first. I've never scored, unfortunately. That would have been a highlight. That would have been a massive highlight. But I'm on a small list of goalies who have been scored against by another goalkeeper. Yeah, it's not a nice record to have. In Premier League history, there's like 5, I think. I think there's 5 goalkeepers that have been scored against by another goalie. So I think we were back in, I don't know, it was about 20 odd years ago. We were playing away at Tottenham Hotspurs, and they had a goalie called Paul Robinson, and he could kick it a mile. Honestly, he could kick it an absolute mile. And he had a free kick on the edge of his box, and he's booted it. It's landed on the edge of my box, and my defender, at the last second, without saying anything, hadn't looked round at me. He was going to head it, and then he just moves out the way. And that feeling as soon as it bounced, I know, because as a goalie, you know when the ball's going over you or to the side of you or in the back of the net, and I knew, and I was just thinking, this is going to look horrible on the internet later, this is.
But you're on a list.
At least, yeah.
You're on a list.
Yeah, any news is good news, right? That's what they say.
Actually, I have a question. I'm so sorry, but this is like a fashion on the fields question, because the goalie is always in a different fit to the team. Do you have say to what colours you rep? Are you like, not on the yellows, but I do love the red? Like, do you get any say in that?
No, we don't get any say in that whatsoever.
Okay.
So the kit man has to probably... this is how it works anyway in the Premier League. The kit man has to have picked the full kit about 2 or 3 weeks before the actual game. So he has to let the Referees Association has to let the Premier League know what colour kit I'm going to be playing in and what colour kit the outfield team are going to be playing in, so that it doesn't clash with their kit as well. So
Okay.
they don't like goalkeepers to play in the same kit just in case a goalie goes up in the last minute or something like that and he's trying to score a goal and then there's two goalkeepers in the same kit, for example.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was just always curious.
Mine's less fashion and a little bit more history. I play in a summer soccer comp with some of the dads. We usually get injured, usually the first time round. Someone's done an Achilles in the first game. Second game was a calf muscle. Third was a cracked rib because of the goalpost. But I put in the chat.
They don't move goalposts. Are they aware that you can't get chased by one?
When you're a middle-aged 40-year-old man who hasn't played soccer for a while, those goalposts do feel like they're moving. And I put in the chat, we're chatting to you today, and they've all lost their minds as well. Luke wanted to know, how did you find working at United during such a dominant era, and did you enjoy working under Edwin van der Sar with Fergie, learning your trade?
Yeah, good question. Again, it goes back to what I said earlier about the first part of my career. So in my early 20s, when I signed for Man United, for example, I just remember signing and thinking, they've made a mistake. They have definitely made a mistake here. I was this young kid from Stoke City, never really played any football before in my life. I think I'd played a dozen or so games. And then all of a sudden I'm signing for Manchester United for a couple of million quid and I'm sort of like getting changed next to Cristiano Ronaldo and Wayne Rooney's over there, Rio Ferdinand, all the big boys are there. And I just had this inferiority complex of, I shouldn't be here. I just don't belong here whatsoever. So that really affected me as well. I think I was cut out for it, but not at that time in my career. It wasn't until I left Man United, probably 5 years later, I think it was. And like I said, when I started having kids, you start realising there's more important things in life. That's when I really started enjoying not only being a footballer, just I think life in general. I just think men were so emotionally kind of suppressed when we're younger. Do you know what I mean? Our early 20s, we don't really know how to deal with it. Get a little bit older, you realise there's more important things. But the sort of like silver lining of all of this is getting to see these people, how they work up close and personal. So the manager, for example, Sir Alex Ferguson, just ridiculous, honestly, frightening. Just the respect that guy had. Everybody knew exactly what it was. But it wasn't just the manager, it was the way that the players in the changing rooms as well managed the changing rooms, managed the team. We would win games, big old games as well. You're talking big derbies. You'd win it on a Saturday and it was like, brilliant lads, well done, but we've got another game on Wednesday. Don't get too carried away. Don't go out tonight. Don't be putting no Instagram pictures out. Instagram wasn't the thing back then, by the way. Don't be doing this. Don't get carried. And it was just next game. Focus all the time. And it was frightening to see it up close and personal. Edwin van der Sar, just what a man. Honestly, lovely man. I learnt so much from him, not only as a goalkeeper, but as a human being as well. He was so calm and composed and assured, and everything about him was just lovely. His personality mirrored the way that he was on the pitch, just in control of everything. He gave this air of confidence, and it was lovely to watch.
Rob, who is a big fan of your podcast, Fozcast, he said, and I'm not sure, this sentence doesn't resonate with me, but I'm sure it will with you. He said that you'd once spoken about Capello not letting you attend the birth of your child and then didn't play you. I guess we're talking about being a younger man once again. How did that shape your view of elite football and your priorities?
Yeah. Good question again. Left a really sour taste in my mouth, it did. So I was away with the international team. My wife was heavily pregnant. She was to the point where she could pop at any second. And then one morning she rung me and said, I think I'm going into labour. And I was like, right, I need to come home. And she was like, no, just chill, just wait. But it was our second child. So historically, second children are always a bit quicker to be born. So I was like, no, I need to go. So I remember I went into the secretary and I said, listen, I need to get a car to take me home if you can, because my wife's going into labour. She was like, oh, she was a bit nervous as well. She was like, I don't think the manager's going to like this. And I was like, what? My baby's being born, like, seriously? Anyway, I had to sort of like kick up a bit of a fuss, really. Managed to get a car, went back, baby was born, absolutely fantastic. Little Louis, he's lovely. He's 15 years old now, by the way. Wow. And later that day, though, I remember just sitting in the hospital and the assistant manager rung me and he said, hi, Ben, listen, we'd really want you to come back to the team tonight. The game is tomorrow. We want you to be on the bench, but the manager's going to play you in the second half. And I said to my wife, I said, listen, it's another appearance. It's another cap for my country. It's a proud moment. I think I'm going to do it. And she was like, yeah, brilliant. Go and do it. It's fine. So I went back to the team that night away from the family. That hurts a little bit anyway. But the game came. Didn't bring me on in the second half, didn't say anything about it or anything like that. Then I left and I just thought, you know what, that goes against my values. That I didn't enjoy that. So that left a real sort of bitter taste in my mouth. And I think all these kind of life lessons, everything that happens to you like this, especially in football, it all just paints a picture of there are more important things. There really are. And I think footballers need to try and get away from identifying as a footballer. They're not just this sports person, this pin-up icon hero. They are a human being as well. They're a person, and try and have hobbies outside of football so that if you do have a bad performance at the weekend, it doesn't ruin your life.
Love that, mate. Really love
advice.
that. How are you finding Australia? You enjoying yourself here?
Beautiful, honestly.
Are you going to live here? Are you going to move? What are you going to do?
I genuinely would love to. We were on a boat yesterday, went right down Sydney Harbour, and then the sunset came down, and it's down by the Opera House, and I just look around. I love being outdoors. I'm a very outdoorsy person. I'm always out on my bike. I do camping and all this kind of stuff. Love fishing, and I would love to have a nice little place. Everybody lives down sort of Bondi, but they call it Little Britain apparently.
Coogie's another one.
Yeah.
Maybe stay away from there.
Oh, really? Yeah. Either way, I just want somewhere near the beach where I can see the sea and I can get a boat and I can go fishing, and then I can maybe cook something on the back of it later on that day. I watch a load of YouTube videos about Australians anyway, like catch and cook videos and like wild mud crabs and stuff like that. I love all that kind of outdoorsy stuff. I
saw you had a run-in with one of our native birds yesterday with the big long beak. Has anyone told you about it?
What are they called? No, what are they called them?
Bin chicken. It's a bin chicken.
That can't be its real name.
No, it's an ibis. But here in Australia, if you go, I ran into a bin chicken, everyone will know what you're talking about.
So do you avoid them? You can't
You can't avoid them.
Yeah. No, but if that came up to you, you're going to have to move.
Well, it's coming for your food. So if you're walking down with a meat pie down the street and you've got it's coming for it.
Yeah, they're big. It's a handy looking beak is what it is. I'm steering clear of it. Anyone know that?
Well, Ben, what a treat it has been to have you here with us today. We can't thank you enough for coming to the studio. I could sit and listen to you talk all day. And I'm sure everyone around us at the moment who are looking through the fishbowl at us in here at the moment are very much entertained. Can't wait to see. So it's Wrexham tonight at Allianz Stadium?
Yep. Tonight, big game. I don't know what time it is. 7:30.
7:30 usually.
Something
yeah.
Like
Tickets and Ticket Tech. It's a great chance to get there. If you are in Sydney, Allianz Stadium is one of the best to watch football. See, I'm learning. There we go. Mate, have a great enjoy the rest of your tour as well and get to New Zealand.
Will do. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.